Well, we're gonna start cutting our pieces to make a little bag, our mini bag. Tiny but mighty. So I made a lot of these little bags and I play with the measurements, and this is the first version of this bag. I am going to upload different tutorials with a different design for these bags. Different measurements and different designs. This one has two pieces. On the other one that I'm going to make is going to have only one piece of fabric, and I'm going to upload the video for that. On the other design that I'm going to do, it's just going to have different dimensions and a different style also. That other tutorial is coming up soon. So here we're just fusing the interface to the body of the bag, and I'm using Goddess sheet, and it's for the glue not to stick to your iron. It's really amazing when you use this. You keep your iron nice and clean from glue. Press your interface really good to your fabric so that way it doesn't come apart. After I press it really good and make sure that it's glued together really good, then I go in top stitch and I take my time because I want this top stitch to look pretty. I'm doing like a triple stitch or double stitch, and it's going to be the same stitching that I'm going to be using for the top stitching on the zipper, so it's going to be consistent. One and a half by 12. And we're gonna cut it in half. Sure is half. So my label is installed already. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put this little handles right there. And right there and do a 1/4 of an inch. Not a 1/4 of an inch, an 1/8 of an inch. And then right here. So if I want this part to be the pretty one, I put it facing to the outside of the fabric. Teeth facing down. Then this one is 10 and a half by 3 and a half. Face it down. That will be the lining. Match it really good over here, all 3 pieces. Match it really nicely over here. And over here.
That's good.
And we stitch right here. And when I'm stitching, I just round my presser foot against the teeth of the zipper. Continue. When you're sewing, take your time. Make sure all 3 layers are going to be catch when you're stitching. So cute. Now we press this open. I pressed it and now I'm going to top stitch it. Well, after we installed the zipper, I'm going to go ahead and flip the bag over, and I'm going to match the outside of the fabric, you know, the little edge right there. We're going to clip it, and then we are going to match also the bottom. Like if you put a different color fabric on the bottom of the bag, I'm going to go ahead and put a clip there also. And then we're just gonna clip the lining also so it doesn't go anywhere. But before we do that, we have to add the swivel and also leave a little opening like right here so you can turn your bag, and don't forget to leave the zipper open. When you're attaching the swivel, make sure that you're attaching it to the outside of the fabric and not the lining. This is also the time to put a tag on it if you know, with your name on it. Now it's time to stitch the bottom of the bag and close pretty much everything up. And like I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I go and do like a 1/4 inch on the main fabric. And then when I'm going to go ahead and close the lining, I do a little bit more than a 1/4 inch. That way if it's tight and it doesn't look saggy inside the bag. I already left the zipper open so I can turn it, and I'm going to leave a space over here in the lining so I can flip the little bag over. And of course I'm going to trim the zipper. This is a really neat way to box the corners. I got this idea from another YouTuber. I forgot her name right now. She's the one that was making the little bags. And I do like a 1/2 inch from stitch to stitch. And on the side that doesn't have the stitch, I take it all the way to the end. So that way all the corners are going to be 1 inch. And you mark both sides of the bag. So when you open it up, the little points of the square match, and that will give you a perfectly square corner. It's pretty awesome. I really like it. I'm always going to be doing this because it's a pretty awesome idea. I like my little corners to look square. So there you are, matching that, and then we're going to sew right across that marking line. Make sure that you back stitch cut. Hopefully everything looks good. We sew them, the little pieces, we cut them. Turning it is a little bit difficult, I would say, because the opening is so small. But you just have to be patient and slowly make sure you don't break any stitches, and you turn it, and then you get so happy when you see your little bag. And after you turn it, all there is left to do is to sew the lining, the gap that you use to turn the bag, either by hand or by machine. And just like that, a new bag is born. Isn't that a cute little bag? Look at that, the corners are looking pretty good. Sorry that it's not completely unfocused, but it looks really nice. Everything came out super nice. And then you push that little part where the zipper closes, and you're good to go. See that little bag? You can put so many things in it, and you can put your little keys on the little swivel and use it as a keychain. Here you can see it with better lighting, with better lights. And you can put so many things in there. It looks like it's so tiny and nothing will fit in there, but you can actually put quite a few things in there. Like if you want to go in the car and you want to do some stitching, some embroidery, you can put your little embroidery floss in there. You can put seam ripper, all kinds of different things. Little, your needles, thimble, little pin cushion. You can actually put quite so many things. And if you're going to use it for something else, you can put your driver's license, credit card, anything. You can put your pills in there if you take any pills. And it's a nice discreet little bag. And it's so cute. You should try making one. If you make any of these cute little bags, just tag me on Instagram. Thank you for watching.